So, you're thinking of joining the Navy and you want to be a hospital corpsman. Well, have I got some advice for you. First off, if you're afraid of needles, you need to get the fuck over it, because when you go through school and you have to practice IVs and shots, you know who you practice on? Each other. So if you have a little bit of a fear of needles, I highly recommend getting over that just a bit, or you're not gonna have a fun time. Secondly, you gotta decide what type of corpsman you wanna be. See, there are what we call Quad Zero corpsmen. That's what you'll be when you come out of Corpsman A school. Now, there are different specialties in the corpsman branch, and honestly, you're probably not gonna get one coming straight out of A school, but as time goes on, you need to decide what you wanna do. Do you wanna be a respiratory tech? Do you wanna be an x-ray tech? Do you wanna be a lab tech? See, there's a bunch of different C schools, we call them, for the different specialties in medicine, of which there are quite a few. In fact, I don't know of too many other ratings that have more NECs or these like specialization jobs than corpsmen. Now, I know a lot of you are asking, well, what about the Marines? Well, that NEC is called 8404. Go to Field Med. That's where you get to learn battlefield medicine and go be a Greenside corpsman and earn the title Devil Doc with the Marines. Although, fair warning, you're gonna see more stupid than you thought you ever could. Now, the base corpsman school is gonna teach you a lot of things. You're gonna learn a little bit of nursing, a little bit of, field med, a little bit of just general A&P. It's kind of like an all-encompassing school. But mind you, it is a very fast school. You're gonna learn probably a little over a year worth of medicine in about 4 months. Now on to the most important part though. You're gonna see a lot of dick. And I cannot stress to you how much dick you're gonna see. Especially if you go with the Marines, because not only do they not know what prophylactics are, they can't even pronounce that. So fully expect your morning piss to be interrupted by some dude whipping out his junk to see his gonosypher-herpaloids that he caught. And not only will you have to look at it, you'll have to examine it, hold it, occasionally even shove a needle in it. In fact, a good portion of your life is gonna revolve around someone else's dick. And no matter how much dick you think you're gonna see, it's going to be substantially more. Now, I'm gonna warn you right now, no one ever goes to medical just to say, hey, Jock, look at my junk. It's perfect. There's nothing wrong with this at all. No, that's not what happens. You'll be taking your morning piss before you've even had your first cup of coffee, and you'll have your buddy come out from a night of drinking before and just flop it right out in front of you and say, hey man, I got a little red spot. Is this something to worry about? That's gonna be part of your weekly, if not daily life. I mean, there is a reason everybody calls us pecker checkers. I could not think of a more accurate description for this rating. So if you're gonna go corpsman, get some good study habits. You're gonna need them. You're gonna have to buckle down because the school is very fast paced. You're gonna have a lot of information just flying at you. And if you don't have good study habits, you're just not gonna pass. It's just the way it is. So buckle down. Not all of us can go out and get hammered every night and still pass the test. Choose an NEC. Make sure you know where you want your career path to go, either in the civilian sector or in the Navy, depending on how you plan your life. Have a plan and enforce it. You're going to need it. And be fully prepared to stare at a cornucopia of cock.